Hey everyone, Miss Astrology here again, and this is the Pisces full moon tarot pool. So we're gonna pull some tarot cards. Check out the Pisces full moon video where I talk about the astrology. I like to split it up because I realize that not all of my audience wants the tarot. So I just made those two separate videos. So all right, you guys know I'm using my Astro Matrix tarot deck, which sometimes is a little bit hard for me to shuffle that way, but I'm more of a shuffler this way anyways. So let's talk about this Pisces full moon. The moon really does enjoy being in the sign of Pisces. It's one of its favorite placements. And so this could be a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of drama. Pisces can be a little bit dramatic, a little bit of a whiner. This could also be a lot of sleeping, a lot of overindulging in escapism type activities like drinking or watching too much television or daydreaming a little bit too much or even sleeping a little bit too much, right? However, Pisces is a man of Pisces, bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. That's absolutely beautiful. This is new emotion, a new way to look at emotions. Pages are very young, fresh energy. And I think this for a lot of us could be a good time to really check ourselves as far as, are we escaping? Are we self-sabotaging? Are we kind of self-sacrificing our goals for other people, if you will? So with this Page of Cup energy, I feel like maybe we find a newfound sense of connection with the work that we're doing. And when I say connection, it feels emotional. So maybe for some of us, we've been putting in the work and we've been doing the work, but we just still aren't feeling successful. We aren't feeling accomplished. We aren't feeling satisfied with the Page of Cups here and with this being a Pisces full moon. And so it's like maybe there's in a way that we need to reconnect with how we feel about our goals, how we feel about the work that we're doing, how we feel about in which way we're moving forward. Does this really feel satisfying for us? Does this really feel like enough? So the Four of Wands, we have stuff to be excited about. We have stuff that's coming up for us to be excited about, to celebrate, that we're enjoying. But is it the right kind of enjoyment? Are we appreciating? And this is one thing I did talk about in the astrology video, that I do think that it's also important to not just work. This is death. To not just do the work that Virgo wants to do, but to also be grateful for what we have manifested and accomplished along the way. And I think that maybe that's what these cards, I'm going to stop for just a second with just these three cards. And so it's like new emotions, new excitement, new energy, but also with the death card, there's things that are coming to an end. There are things, and not just coming to an end. This doesn't have to be really, well, it's a full moon, so it could be coming to an end, but it could be simply coming to an end in the way that we know it. And I say that because you see all this fire back here. That's refinement. That's refinement. That's that's purifying with fire. And we even see the sun rising in the background, and we see like this is like the old traditional ways. This older white man is kind of represents the old patriarchy established way of doing things, and death comes, and and in this it feels like maybe even with all this kind of death around her, that it's like, wait a minute, I've had so much transformation already. There's been so much going on already. And she's like bringing all this with her. Yes, I understand that. But now there's a new feeling that's going to come with this one last letting go of, if you will. This one last that I can't let it be like that anymore. I can't do it like that anymore. This can't happen like this anymore. It's different now. Things are going to be different now. That's what these cards are saying to me. Things are going to be different now. I'm not going to do a lot of a pull on here. We got three cards. I'm going to go to 7. That's just the way I pull tarot. I know people do certain patterns and stuff like that and certain columns, and I even watch those tarot readers. But when I interpret my cards, I either like 3, 4, 7, or 11 cards, and I feel like the cards themselves tell me a story altogether, along with the astrology, right? Okay, so one thing I do want to say, I do think that this full moon energy is going to be the most impactful for the mutable signs. So Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. You guys are really the ones that are really needing to clean some things out, to let some things go, to like organize, detox, stop, stop doing something, take a break from something. And remember, in the tarot, Virgo is the hermit, right? It's going within to find that enlightenment. He's got that lantern, and it's that to going inwards to find that enlightenment. And Pisces is the moon. And so the moon can a lot of times represent delusion, confusion, but at the same time, hopes and dreams. And so this is really that axis is saying, go within to get that enlightenment. So and illuminate what is blocking you from achieving all that you hope and you dream for. Okay, I really hope that makes sense. Let's pull a few more cards to go with this. I think this is going to be fresh energy, fresh excitement, new celebrations, new way of doing things. I think just the old way, you're like, we're not doing that anymore. And it could be an ending, because with the death card, that does a lot of times mean things coming to an end, right? With the death card. But so it could be an ending, and this is a full moon. But I just am feeling, specifically because the moon likes to be in Pisces, this does not have to be hurtful or traumatic. This does not have to be the end of a friendship, the end of a relationship or a contract. I think this is the end of doing things the way we used to do them. The end of self-sabotaging, complaining, over-analyzing, over-criticizing, busy work or no work. Those days are over. We're refining ourselves. And we've been refining ourselves, specifically because Saturn has been in Pisces for a while. But with this next level, with this moon, we're going to feel just a little bit better about it. We're going to just have more excitement about it and more to celebrate. The Queen of Wands, more to celebrate. She's very lucky. She's very charismatic and charming as well. This is one of the top 2 cards that I relate to. She's very fiery, passionate, abundance. The sunflowers represent abundance. The black cat represents protection. Don't you guys ever let anybody tell you a black cat represents anything negative. It represents protection. She's sitting on a throne. She's surrounded by passion and energy. She's got this crown on because she's wise. She's got this sunflower over her solar plexus. This is just a woman with her staff and her wand in her hand and her boots on the ground. And for me, this is just saying that this is going to feel so good, give us so much confidence, so much passion. We got to stop doing the things that are getting in the way of us really having the life of our dreams. And if we could just let go of one thing under this full moon energy, we are going to feel so much more confident. We're going to have so much more charisma and focus and strength and wisdom and power and all the things that the Queen of Wands represents. The Queen of Wands represents. I genuinely love her. She's one of my favorite in the tarot. 7 of Pentacles. Oh, this is really, really good. We only have one major arcana card. That's the death card. So far, we only have one major arcana card. The 7 of Pentacles, this is about... For me, this is about reaping the harvest. Okay? 7 is just really that chapter of completion. And look, she's got a harvest here. She's growing some things. Nothing is dying. Everything is green. And these pentacles represent, you see this Taurus energy under here? Jupiter's in Taurus right now. They represent abundance. These pentacles represent money, resources, value, abundance, all of those things. And so again, not only is the confidence going to come with the Queen of Wands, but the abundance is going to come as well. Okay? 2 more cards. I'm going to pull both of these at the same time. 2 of Swords. The High Priestess. Love this. So now we have 2 major arcana cards. I'm actually going to ask for a clarifier for the 2 of Swords, please. And yes, I'm not counting this in my original number because that 2 of Swords is throwing me off just a little bit. The Hierophant. Okay, let's start with the High Priestess. So now, now we have 3 major arcana cards. This is like an inner knowing. Again, she's sitting on the moon. This is my other, I love this for me. This is my other card, the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. These are the 2 cards I identify most with in the tarot. The High Priestess is that intuition. It's very Piscean energy. It's very moon energy. It's very feel, emotions. For some of us, what we're letting go of, whether it be a habit or whether it be an escapism or whether it be, something that we're just really clung to, whatever we're letting go of is going to invoke with us a lot of feelings. However, I do believe that our higher selves, our higher knowing. She's all knowing. And she's able to decipher truth. That's what these two columns represent. And she's sitting on her intuition. She's sitting on her inner knowing. And look at that. She's even got her foot dipped in the water right here. And so this is very spiritual. This is very intuitive. And so, I get it. That's funny. Yes, Spirit. I get it, God. I think that what we're seeing this say, especially with the Two of Swords, in order to really get rid of this thing that we've really been kind of not wanting to address, not wanting to talk about, not wanting to see, but we have this intuitive knowing with the moon here that this is something that we're going to have to address. This is something that we're going to have to deal with. I think with the Hierophant being here, that we are being reminded, again, another Taurus energy showing up, that we are being reminded that we can still do ancient, esoteric, ancestral type work in order to open our minds, open our hearts, open our eyes to what it is that we need to release and to let go of, so that we are able to really, again, get to that new energy, that new confidence, that new celebration, the new celebration, the new harvest, the new confidence and passion, the new feeling, feeling good. And really letting the old move away. And we know this. This is stuff that we know we're supposed to let go of. But the best way for a lot of us to let go of this is simply going to be going back to traditions and roots. This is funny too, because I always say, I believe Jesus was a Pisces. And for me, that comes from the key word of Pisces, I believe. It's the 12th sign. Jesus had his 12 disciples. It's representative of a fish. Christianity represents fish. Pisces is often the martyr. And so Jesus was a martyr, right? He came and died. So this for me is, with this energy, it's like the Jesus energy of being a Pisces. We are being led back to these old ways of release, these old ways of doing things. Are we putting it on the altar, right? Are we praying it away? Are we doing some kind of ritualistic work to bring it to the surface and to release it? And I do believe that that is what this tarot spread is saying, and where we're being led under this Pisces full moon energy. And so with that, I would also like to say that ritually, and the kind of work that you would want to do under this energy or I hate to say should, but could be the most benefited by incorporating elements of earth and elements of water. And so when I say that, I mean, you can write things that you want to release on paper, and that represents the earth. And then you can dig it if you have somewhere you can dig, or even get a pot and like rip it up and put it in the pot, and then pour water on it. Speak to your water first. Be very intentional. Google other ways, ritual ways that align and feel right for you. Because if it feels right for you, then you're going to be more focused. Remember, I always say the most important thing when it comes to ritual work is really being intentional and being present. So just make sure you're very present. You're very intentional about what you're releasing, what you're doing. Give yourself, 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out ritual, right? That's not necessary. You just need to set time aside to be intentional about, okay, I'm here for this, and present. I'm not going to let anything disturb me. I would also incorporate a spiritual bath in this release. Epsom salt representing the earth. Getting some flowers to represent the earth. This is mutable energy, so gently allowing yourself to release this, whatever it is that you're letting go of, and really be optimistic about it. Also, because Pisces is a pretty optimistic sign, thanking yourself for along the way. A lot of times we have these habits and these things that we've kind of clung to that weren't really good for us, but in some kind of way protected us. And maybe we don't know what they protected us from, but subconsciously it felt comfortable and safe, because our body really wants to feel comfortable. And so after a while, these things that we kind of intuitively know are holding us back, they feel comfortable, so it feels like protection instead. And so be gentle with yourself along the way. Thank these habits for protecting you from whatever. and serving their time in your life and allowing them to go, allowing them to release. Thank you for the service. Thank you for protecting me. I free this habit. I release myself of this habit. No longer needed. I'm the Queen of Wands now. It's no longer needed. I'm here for my harvest. This is holding me back. I'm here for the harvest now. I'm the Queen of Wands, and I'm not afraid of death. Okay, 10 out of 10 people die. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's transformation. It's just a transformation of energy. And it's time to transform our energy, and it's time to be excited. Okay, and it's a new feeling. Allow this new feeling. Make space for this new feeling to come in. For some of us, this new feeling is sobriety. For some of us, this new feeling is not having social media. For some of us, this new feeling is a morning routine, morning ritual, better daily habits, a nighttime routine. Shit. Okay. Pisces loves to sleep. Maybe for some of us, it's a nighttime routine. We're changing that up. And we're allowing this to feel different and feel good. Because intuitively, we know that this is what we need to do during this time. And Saturn is teaching us hard lessons. I don't want these lessons to be really, really hard for you guys. The best way to, for us guys, the best way for us to work with this energy is to just get back to the basics. Don't be confused. Don't shut off your old knowledge, your old intuitive knowledge. Go back to it. That's what the Hierophant is. That's a wise one. And these are students here. This is a wise one. And they've brought an offering. Bring an offering. Be ready to sacrifice. Be ready to give something up. Okay. I hope that helps. I hope that reading helps. I'm going to stop it there. And let me know what you think. Until next time. Peace.